Hey, good morning, Joe here. It's Firearms Friday. We're in the ammo dump shooting range at Larry's. So if you remember last week, we shot into the drywall here. We shot 12 gauge buckshot and 12 gauge 7.5, 20 gauge number 3 buckshot and 20 gauge 7.5 birdshot. And we did that with full-size shotguns. So this week, what we thought we'd do, considering we want to do maximum utilization of available resources, and since these walls weren't damaged that bad, we're going to reuse them this week, and we're going to shoot the Mossberg Shockwave, which is a really ideal home defense firearm. So this week we're going to shoot the same calibers and the same type of shot, but we're going to do it in the Mossberg Shockwave so you can see the effects of that. All right, here we go. We're going to shoot the Mossberg Shockwave. Go. Okay, that's 20 gauge. Now we're going to shoot the 12 gauge now. Handing Philip the 12 gauge. Now you notice these guns have lasers on them. Okay, so we're down range now, and we want to take a look and see what happened using the Shockwave. We'll start over here on the 20 gauge side. The buckshot, you can see, made some nice pattern right here. And of course, the wadding went through right there. The birdshot made another nice pattern, a little bit bigger here. Let's look at the 12 gauge, the buckshot, the number 3 buckshot here. Okay, did that hole, and then the birdshot made a nice hole. Well, let's go around and look at the back and the second layer here. Now again, this is the same drywall you have in your home. You can see here the 20 gauge made these kinds of holes. 12 gauge made some big holes, but let's look now. Since we know this came through this wall, let's assume you're in another room and see what happens. Okay, now let's look at the 20 gauge here. You can see the buckshot went into this wall. The birdshot basically here in the 20 gauge just kind of hit and fell. But on the 12 gauge side, you can see the buckshot went in here. And then if you look real close here, you can see that the birdshot got into this a little bit right here. A little bit of birdshot here. You can see that's some of those right there. Birdshot stuck in the wall right there. Now, let's look at the back side. And you can see the buckshot, both the 20 and the 12, went straight through. None of the birdshot went through, but the buckshot went straight through both the 20 and the 12. So, when you're thinking about putting this thing in your home for home defense, think about what kind of shot you want to use for home defense. If you're using buckshot or even slugs, it's going to go through several walls. So it might go into your neighbor's house, depending on if you're in an apartment or whatever, or condo, or it's going to go into at least into your room next door. If you're using birdshot, it's not going to go through but one set of walls, basically. So you'll be safer with that. So think about this as you load up your home defense firearm if you're using a shotgun. All right, that's it this week. Remember, all of us here at Larry's want you to stay armed and stay safe. We'll see you next week.